Good morning, girls and boys, face-to-face friends and family, in-laws, outlaws, past, present, future tense customers of Ideal Electric, everybody on the line, all yous on YouTube. It's a fantastic Friday morning. I can tell it's Friday because, as y'all can see, I'm wearing my red shirt. Ideal Electric, we wear red shirts on Fridays. A lot of y'all may not know this, but we are in a military town, Warren Robins, so red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and we try to remember on Fridays to wear our red shirts in support of our troops. As you can see, we got the Red Shirt Friday, Remember Everyone Deployed Ideal Electric shirt. And, you know, regardless of the politics, how you feel about our nation, leadership, things that, you know, of that nature, we do still want to remember all of our active duty and reserve military and veterans, every one of them that, you know, make the sacrifice, their families that make the sacrifice to put their butt on the line for me and you. Glad they do it, so I don't have to. Don't always agree with everything they do, but I am grateful for them. And yeah, anyways, so it's Friday. On Fridays, we're gonna try to be intentional every week to highlight another local business, give somebody else a little shout out. We'll be doing that today in just a little while. Coming to you from a rough end today. And we're in a super top secret location in a field in the middle of nowhere. Not gonna tell you where it's at, but it's really nice. We're looking forward to finishing it up. It's a good builder. It's a great house, good job. And we've had a good week this week, especially here on the YouTube. We've put some videos out. We've gotten a lot of response. But we want to get more, so, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all those things drive that that algorithm, you know, Al Gore created the internet.
So I took the initiative in creating the internet.
Some of y'all might be kind of young and don't realize that is, you know, probably not true. But anyways, we appreciate, you know, driving traffic, so we'd like it if you'd do that for us. We got some merch, this red shirt, this hat. There's a bunch of different styles if you're interested in that. I don't have a store, online store, or any of that stuff yet. We might do that in the future, but we do have merch, so hit me up, put it in the comments, send me a message, call me on the phone, wave at me going down the street, make me stop, that kind of stuff. We'll get you hooked up. Hope y'all have a great day, and we'll be right back with you shortly. So here's a great debate of the day. Which battery power tools do you like best and why? Put it down there in the comments. Personally, we prefer the Milwaukee. Some guys like the Wall. I can't speak to their preference. So put in there which one you like the best and why. Don't put like Ryobi or Bauer, some buy it Home Freight or something like that. It's just really no choice to me. Here's a little piece of Ideal Electric history. Some folks don't know. Back in 1995, I moved to Middle Georgia. Went to work for a company that did mostly residential, and them guys were using some, they called them Christmas trees, and they'd take some 2x4s and nail them together and wrap some wire around them and make a spinner out of them, kind of like this right here. Only they were wood and wire and nailed together, and they'd last one job or so and fall apart. And there were some commercial versions available made by, like, Greenlee made one, looked like a dog dish, and it set the coil of wire in it and hang on a stud on a hanger bracket they had. The hanger bracket was pretty cool. The dog dish didn't work too good. And then some folks would get reels and use reels, but they didn't pull in every direction. So finally in like 2005, when Ideal Electric had 50 guys or 40 guys, I don't know, a lot of guys running around pulling wire, doing a lot of houses, 400 a year or so. I made a bunch of these spinners. We call them twirlies or spinners or other, I don't know what the guys all call them. Painted them blue. And we had like 2 on every truck. I had a lot of them. And over the years, I've given several away. Fun fact, the very first one that was ever made was painted white. Actually, it was some old white painted conduit we made it out of. I didn't paint it white, I just never repainted it. And year before last, somebody stole it. So if you guys ever come across one of these and it's white, steal it back. I'll give you a reward for it. I don't know how much or whatever. But, you know, I'd like to have it back. It's kind of cool. But cool thing about it is, wire pulls off nice and smooth this way. Or if I come over here and work, it'll pull off this way. Or I can go over here and pull it off this way. And it just keeps your wire from getting tangled up, spun up, coiled up, and looking nasty when you do work. So, something cool, fun fact. I don't know. Thought I'd share that with y'all. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Racketeers makes one now too that's pretty cool. I haven't ever tried it, I don't know how well it works, but it looks like this, only it's chrome. Chrome will get you home, everybody knows that. And it folds up and takes up like that much space on the truck or something. I don't know. I want to get one and check it out, so I'm gonna tag Racketeers and maybe they'll send me one.
Front cover.
You're on the front cover? Wait a minute, hold up now, hold up. Hey everybody, look, so it's Friday. You know that we do the thing on Friday. And Kelly, stop. So this is Kelly MasseyGordon of MasseyGordon Designs. She's on the front, she doesn't want to be on camera. That's fine. I mean, we got her for a second. She's on the front cover of Houston Home Living. Is that the name of that magazine? Houston County Living Magazine. She has a design business. We've been working with her on this new house out here, and we've enjoyed it so far. We've used other designers, and they're not all the same. So if y'all need some design work, feel free to give her a call. I'm going to put her website, Insta, ticket, picture, face space, whatever thing in the bottom in the description. And give her a call, see if she can help you out with your Houston home living design needs. And that is our Friday local business plug for MasseyGordon Design Services. It's lunchtime. We didn't ever get our chicken wing sponsor, y'all. We're eating sandwiches. We did get like some help though. That boy right there will tear up on a sandwich. If you leave your lunch sitting around, he's liable to just eat it all himself. But we're still hunting a chicken wing sponsor. So if you own an establishment that makes and sells chicken wings, put it down there in the comments and we'll see what we can work out for, what's that? Cow Pies Pizza does have chicken wings. That's right. And we got us a little bit of a thing there. So yeah. Why aren't we at Cow Pies right now? That's a good question, Skylar.
Skylar will start putting his sandwich up.
No, just keep eating that sandwich, boy. Not today. I'll get you some Cow Pies tonight. He would say bet, but his mouth's full of sandwich. So here's the real walk of shame when you get my age. That's when you get busy on the phone and you forget that you're about to run out of gas. And so you got to walk over here to the gas station and get this gas can so you can fill up your truck on the side of the road with enough gas to get to the pump. And you got to love these stupid Obama era gas can nozzles that almost won't fit in your truck tank where you can get the little button mashed at the same time. Jeez. It's great. It's fine. Everything's great. Everything's fine. Little room, pumping gas here. Yeah, that's right. I ran out of gas. It happens. I've done it before. My wife always gets a big kick out of it. She's probably laughing at this video right now because, like, I run out of gas and she don't. I get busy, you know. Hey buddy, I'm pumping gas here. And get distracted on the phone. Forget that I gotta stop and get gas. Thankfully, I was way far away from a gas station when this happened. I mean, if I had thought of it, I would have made it. I would have pulled right in there. But as it is, I was sitting at the light when it died, and I'm just grateful it started and let me back up out of traffic. So now I have a new gas can to add to the collection, because, you know, all the dishonest people won't ever bring one back or whatever, and gas stations won't just like charge a deposit to borrow their can. Just have to buy another one. This little 3-gallon can was $22.50. I'm in the wrong business, man. I should be in the gas can business, selling gas cans. Nah, I don't want to do that. It's all good. It's good. It's great. Let's see what it's going to take to get this whole thing started. What? I mean, I just bumped the key. I was just trying to turn the key on for the what you call it to come on, the fuel pump. And that jugger just bumped right off, fired right up, man. I'm telling y'all what, this 5.3 LS, she wants to run. That's all I can say, man. She wants to run. I mean, holy shamoly. All right, well, it's still Friday, as you can see. And I'm over here at my friend Chuck and Sarah's house. This house, I don't know if we posted anything about this. They got a roof put on their house, and in the process of re-roofing the house, the rain came and the drywall fell out of like every ceiling in the house. Two-story, big two-story, I don't know, 5,000 plus square foot house. So we came over here and roughed it in, and then they added a bunch of stuff and moved a bunch of stuff around. I mean, you know, if you're already got all the sheetrock tore out of your house, might as well do it, you know, what you want. So we're over here now kind of putting some stuff back together, and they're trying to paint and they don't have any heat. The equipment's set. We put some disconnects out there the other day, and we didn't put any whips because there weren't any units, and now the units are there. So hooking them up. If they got the wrong breaker size, these new units are a little more efficient. The max fuse on them is 40 amps. Max fuse on the old units were 50 amps. So I'm gonna swap these breakers out real quick, and I've actually got Jamie at City Electrics bringing me some breakers and some wire for the flex. I got number 10 wire on the truck, and the minimum circuit amps is 26 amps. So 10's enough, but even though we're putting them on 40 amp breakers, that's the way it works. However, we'd like to upsize that just a little bit. So I got him bringing me some number 8 wire I didn't have on the truck either. It's kind of a last minute thing. I wasn't real prepared, but I'm gonna swap these breakers out real quick, or pull these out while I'm waiting on them to come. They're turned off, so are the ones upstairs. So I need to verify real quick that these are indeed the ones outside before I swap them. So I'm gonna do that real fast, and probably play with the time-lapse thing on here, you know, editing it all is new, so. See what's up. So it should be this one, and this one. Let's go see. All right, good news, they were labeled correctly. So we're gonna shut them back off, pull these breakers off, and wait for Jamie to come so we can put some new breakers on. So as long as we're waiting on the supply house to come, we might as well get started with our conduit. We're using some 1/2-inch Caraflex. Caraflex is all plastic. It don't have any metal inside of it. This particular runs are less than 6 feet. If they're longer than 6 feet, we'd have to use Seal Tight, which has metal inside of it. So call this Liquid Tight and that Seal Tight. I don't know. It's a weird thing about electrical work. The trade names for stuff, there's like 87 different names for each material thing, depending on what part of the country you came up in or you started your career in. They call different things, equipment, different things in different areas of the country, which is kind of crazy. Drives my son nuts because I'll use a bunch of different names because I've worked with guys over the years from all over the country, and I'll call something the same thing for 6 months, and then I'll call it something different, and my son will be like, what are you talking about? That's kind of fun for me. So, but anyway, we're gonna get this car flex cut to length and ready for the wire to go in. We're waiting on Jamie to bring our wire, and I'm not real happy with the arrangement of how these are going on here, but it is what it is. So you got to run what you brung, you know. We'd usually lay this out in the sun for a while, let it get warmer. It'd already be a lot more flexible, but it's been so cold lately. Hence the reason we're over here right now, hooking these up. There's about 11 to 75 ways to cut this, but I'm gonna use my razor knife. Mainly because it's what I got. All right, we'll get a strap on that. Right over there. These concentric knockouts and these disconnects, pretty bad about breaking out. I don't know if you can see. So this one's knocked out to 1/2 inch, and it did just fine. But as I was pulling on that, it acted like it wanted to come out. This one, when my son knocked it out the other day, it knocked on out to 3/4. So I'm gonna have to use some reducing washers to put that back down to 1/2 inch. I could just use 3/4 and knock this one out to 3/4, but I don't have 3/4 car flex and connectors on the truck. So there's that. Man, that's some fast service. I was gonna take my car flex inside and put the heat gun to it, soften it up a little bit while I was waiting on Jamie to show up with my parts, but that joker's already here. What's up, Mr. Jamie?
What's happening?
How are you doing, buddy?
Doing all right.
Got me some stuff in the
Got
box.
you a little bit of fresh stuff.
Everything that y'all had, everything that I ordered, that's like one in a row. Super fast service. So Jamie was super fast getting back out here. Brought me some wire and some reducing bushings, some 90-degree car flex connectors. You know, stuff I didn't have, wasn't prepared for. I just was gonna throw some straights on here and be done with it. And but I only had number 10 on the truck, and he brought me some 8 Romex. And you're not supposed to put Romex in a conduit system. You can sleeve Romex with a piece of conduit to protect it from physical damage down the wall. My understanding's always been, if there's a connector on both ends of that conduit, it's not a sleeve anymore. It's a conduit system, and it's not supposed to be Romex in it. I'm sure somebody tell me I'm wrong in the comments or knows better or whatever. That's fine. Put it down there. Let's talk about it. I like debating stuff, and I certainly like to learn. I don't know everything. That's for sure. I never claimed to. But might not be the smartest guy ever. I have stayed in a Holiday Inn Express before, so there's that. And I do know for a fact, without a doubt, from experience, that if you try to shove this 8.2 Romex in that car flex, it's going to be way more harder than it is to get this jacket off of it, even though it's stiff. Everything's cold and stiff right now. So we're just going to go ahead and take this jacket off. Not this jacket. This jacket. This jacket on this cable. You can just hear how stiff it is. And even though it's warmed up pretty nice today, it's still, the material's still cold. That Carflex, I was going to go in the garage with a heat gun and kind of soften it up a little bit while I was waiting on Jamie, but he got here before I even had time to do that, man. It was super fast, great service. I always get the best service from them guys. I mean, it is like playing Go Fish sometimes when you go to the supply house, because nobody seems to have stuff anymore. We kind of joke about it. We call it the dry house, because they just seem to be out of everything all the time. You always hear, oh, we're back ordered. Oh, we don't have that. I can get it for you, but it's going to take 2 weeks. Or, you know, 2020 and COVID set a new standard for a lot of stuff in the supply chain. They set the bar super low. It's probably never going to recover. Folks figured out what they can get by with, I guess. But it's been aggravating ever since. But hey, I'm grateful that we got work and we got good suppliers that'll do stuff like bring me this wire and parts over here at the drop of a hat. Man, I bet I ain't called him 15 minutes ago. Well, maybe it's been longer than that now, but like, I called him and he was here within about 15 minutes. So, that being said, it's hard to beat service like that, even if they don't always have parts. I mean, you know, we give them a hard time about it, but it's not always their fault. All right, and I would say easy peasy lemon squeezy, but that was kind of aggravating, being it was so stiff and all, you know, winter stuff. This is gonna be super fun too. This Carflex is stiff as it is. But I guess I could go out there to the truck and get some old wire lube, make it a little easier to push in there, but then it's gonna make everything all sticky, slippery and nasty to work with. We'll just straighten it out a little bit. That's not too bad. It went right on in there. Man, I hope I got enough for both of these. Just don't get no extra stuck out here. Just don't put us a lot of extra in there. That's long enough for that and that. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got plenty. I could have maybe even left out a little longer. I think I am going to go ahead and take that connector off and put my reducing washers on both of them just so it don't break out on me. When you guys run Romex for 220 lines, especially bigger stuff like number 8, do you phase one of your wires with black tape, the white wire, since it's no longer supposed to be white or natural gray carrying unbalanced current? It is now a current carrying ungrounded conductor. So reducing washers have a little lip, a little bump, like an indention for the size of the hole that they're taking up. It's not quite the size of the hole. Some people say that you're supposed to put them like that, where they get tight together. And then some people say you're supposed to put them, that's the correct way to put them, to where the bumps are out, so that holds more tension against your lock nut. Put down there in the comments which way you think's right. I put them with the bumps out. That's how I was taught. That's how I've always done it. I've done it the other way sometimes. I don't think it works as good. Ricky, if you see this video, this copper's in the trash bucket in my truck. Ricky just had a heart attack, y'all. All right, so we're back inside. We got our new 40 amp breakers. I wonder if that's gonna look backwards on the used tube. New 40 amp breakers. We're gonna go ahead and get those installed. Put that down on number 1 torque setting. It sounds like it's doing a lot, but it's not. Finish torquing those by hand. All right, let's see if the smoke comes out. There was no kaboom.
There's the kaboom. There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Siemens panel's got these little tabs at the top that hang on the gap in the cabinet. Makes it nice to hold it up there. Eaton started making a slotted screw, a slotted hole where you can just slide it over the screws and leave the top 2 screws in. I like that all right, but they also did it on the bottom in case you put the panel in upside down to bottom feed it instead of top feeding it. They just don't look that good, but it does work. Personally, I don't care if it has any of those methods or not. It's not that hard to just hold the panel cover up there. All right, and just like that, we're gonna go upstairs and check the air handlers, make sure those disconnects are in the off position. I think they are, but we're gonna double check. And then we'll turn these breakers on in here for that. And then we'll let the HVAC guy come do his startup. I just don't wanna energize him before he gets here. Well, that turned out nice. Y'all, this job, we gotta come over here and finish it up. But this job got caught, this house got caught with the roof off in the rain, and all the drywall fell out of this house. So some of the stuff like these were existing cans that we kept and just replaced the trims. And then other areas we added 4-inch cans. We pretty much just redeviced and retrimmed. We did change all the ceiling fan boxes out to fan rated boxes because they weren't before. We still got to do smoke detectors. These little niches were added up here in the bonus room. They turned out pretty good. A little light over the bed, a little cubby hole for your charger. We'll put a TV up there, I think. And there's drawer spaces under there. Turned out really nice. Gonna be a nice little guest area. I'm guessing that's what it's for. I don't know, they got 600 million kids. I think they got enough rooms for everybody, but maybe not. They added this bathroom, this is new. Still got a little work to do in here. We got a day or two probably to finish it up, but they're trying to paint right now and the cold weather's killing them. So I just came over here today to get this HVAC stuff hooked up. That's what we're gonna do. Climb up here in the old attic-o and see what's going on here. So they moved the HVAC. We had to re-pull the heat and air. Yeah, see, good thing I checked, because that one's on and that one's on. These are probably on too. Must have put covers on those for when they spray foamed. Yep. So let me give the old HVAC guy a call and make sure how he wants them left. Well, we didn't get a hold of the HVAC contractor. We called him. He didn't answer. I think his voicemail was full. I don't know. We've had like 6 phone calls since then. That was like 10 minutes ago. So we're headed to Byron? I don't know. I think it's a Byron address, but it's closer to Fort Valley. And down here on Mosley Road, Hayes Road, we're gonna go look at a little job, a little metal building. This guy's a super nice guy. I've talked to him on the phone a few times. Haven't met him yet, but he's been waiting on us since last fall. Quite a while to come look at this thing. But we came very highly recommended, and so he wants to at least, I think he's already gotten a price from somebody else, but he wants us to give him a price. So we're going to go take a look at it. We like, it's a metal building, like a workshop, I think is what I got from it. We really like doing them little metal buildings, conduit jobs, pipe and wire. I like run conduit. So we're gonna go take a look at that, and then I got to go back to Mr. Thomas and Daria's house. You know, nobody called us out on comments about not putting his switches in, but Mr. Thomas is he's having trouble with a couple of his dimmer switches. So we're gonna run over there and help him put them dimmer switches in. And then we should be done for today, which is great because it's Friday and I'm ready to be done for today. So we'll see. Stay tuned. All right, we got our estimate done and we're back at Mr. Thomas's house. We're gonna go in here and see what kind of mess he's got. I know it was frustrating him. We're gonna get it figured out for him. Sometimes contractors cut corners, make things easy. And they do stuff like looping around all the switches instead of pigtailing their hot feeds. They just loop around the screw, which is fine until you stab a wire in the back. Now you're making your circuit connection through the device through a stab. Some would argue is fine. I don't do it, won't do it. Used to fire guys for it. But then your homeowner goes to put a dimmer in and now everything just got real complicated because the dimmer doesn't have a stab. It's just got a screw. Sometimes they have wire leads and that's pretty easy to fix. But when they just got a screw and no stab, now we're gonna have to pigtail them. And your average homeowner doesn't know what to do. But it's all good. We're gonna get it fixed up. So this is the mess I'm talking about. We're over here at Mr. Thomas' house again. And contractors are lazy and they quick wire, back stab, connect, whatever. And then the homeowner goes to put three-way in and it just don't work out good. So we're gonna fix this up real quick and make it where Mr. Thomas can change the switches at will. It looks like they just had one stabbed. So we'll have to figure out which one that is real quick, but stay tuned. Get this out of the way. Yep. And see, we got the same thing going on here. See how that just pulled out?
Yep.
That's the power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's looped through this switch. And it was looped through that switch. And then one of these was also stabbed in.
Yep.
We're going to have to figure out which one's which and which one's a switch. So we'll turn the power back on in a minute and do that.
Gotcha.
This is going to be your floodlights.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of pigtailing those two, they just stabbed one of those.
Gotcha.
This is actually the switch leg side. And this should have been done with what we call a pigtail.
Gotcha.
It's staying in there pretty good, but so what we're going to do is we're going to take these two. Take a piece of wire. We'll strip that out. And then we're going to twist these together. We're going to put our jacket at the same spot when we twist these together. And we'll make a nice tight connection. And we'll cut that off. We'll put a wire nut on here. And now we can connect this back to the switch in one spot. So later when you change the switch, you don't have to figure out why I got 3 wires in the switch.
Gotcha.
And now we gotta do the same thing for this power. So this is a switch leg. I'll probably figure out by looking what they've got. We know this one's power. We got those both coming in the same spot.
Yep.
So that should be the switch leg. And these two are the power. So we're gonna pigtail these powers together like we just did those switch legs.
Okay.
Only this time, we're going to take 3 extra wires off of there, 1 for each switch. Well, you know, the day we was over here, we had like, I don't know, maybe 16 subscribers. You know, it's hard to get a chicken wing sponsor with 16 subscribers. They're like,
okay.
They're like, what's that do for us, man?
Yeah.
You gonna tell 3 friends to come eat chicken wings? But you know, I think we're up to 30 something now. So
Okay.
So you know, if we can get up to like, you know, I don't know. They're probably going to want 20,000 subscribers or something for free chicken wings.
Oh, yeah, I can see
It's
that.
kind of a pipe dream. You know, I don't think we're actually going to get no chicken wing sponsor.
Anything possible. Anything is possible.
I'm not trying to be negative about it or nothing.
Nah, positive outlet.
But we are gonna get some Cow Pies pizza tonight, man.
Oh, okay.
Have y'all had Cow Pies pizza yet?
Yeah. Good eating right there.
Ooh, I dropped those.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my my friend John Wright and JP.
Oh, okay.
That owns Jay's Auto Ranch and the service center.
Yeah.
That's their mission field, man.
Okay.
The pizza.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that's our favorite, man. I love me some Cow Pies pizza.
Yeah, we tried them a couple times right after they opened up.
They're gonna open another one down here on 96.
Oh.
Be a little closer to you.
Okay.
But that's what we having for dinner tonight.
There we go.
All right.
Get that shot in there for you there.
Yeah. It's kind of a mess in there. So they pigtailed their grounds at least.
Yeah. You can tell. I could tell that. Remember when I caught? Yeah.
See, we got the two hots coming in here together now.
Yep.
Going to 3 for your switches.
Yep.
And then your 3 switches, which this is 1 instead of 2 now.
Yep.
So now it all makes sense, right?
Oh, yep. Makes sense now.
So now I can push this over here, and that's a switch. And I can take this to that one, and that's a switch.
Yep.
And then this will go to your dimmer.
Okay.
And we'll get that fixed up.
Gotcha.
So we'll start over here with your regular switch. Get the ground twisted around there. Some of these devices, let's see if these. I know you had some new ones.
Did.
That's a 3-way. We don't want that.
Nothing with that. Hold on. What's right here?
No, that's a 3-way. That's an old 3-way.
Nope. That's the old one. Okay.
What'd you do with them? Did you lay them down over there, Mr. Tom? Oh, they're right here, man.
Oh, okay. Oops.
So look at this. This is something kind of neat. A lot of folks don't know. You see that little hole right there?
Yeah.
So if you don't have pliers for twisting this little loop here, which I always just use my strippers.
Yeah.
But just say it's a straight wire that you just cut off.
Yeah.
You can actually take and poke this in here like that.
Yeah.
And then holds it, goes around like that.
Gotcha.
And it's almost like you put your pliers on there.
Yeah, there you go.
And that Phillips right there is not really a Phillips, and it kind of slips out when it's tight enough. Keeps you from over tightening.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
So there's the other one.
Good tip.
Yeah. Well, I know, you know, when I leave, you're going to still be putting some of these in. I don't expect you to call me every time you change
Come
the
on with the
switch.
heat.
I mean,
I thought you were going to put me on the spot.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's all right. I'll be the butt of the joke.
No, man, not at all. I just want you to be equipped.
There you go.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So, you know, I mean, lots of homeowners change their own receptacles and switches out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if I can just tell you something makes it easier, man, I ain't picking on you. I'm making fun of you.
Just don't start the fire.
The kitchen is no place for it.
No, exactly.
So you can, and a lot do, and it's arguably one of the most argued over topics in the electrical trade, especially in residential, in my opinion,
Oh, I bet.
is quick wiring or not. So in the early, let's see, I guess it was the early 90s, they made manufacturers start making these holes where they wouldn't accept 12 gauge wiring.
I got you.
So you couldn't put them on a 20 amp circuit, only a 15 amp circuit.
Okay.
So this wire you can just plug in there, but that's a bad idea. They don't make good connections to me.
Okay.
So it's a lot better if you just wrap it around the screw. And of course you want to wrap it to where when you tighten it, it tightens the loop.
Yep.
So you want to go around to the right if you're going to do that.
Yep.
And
that loop is facing counterclockwise.
Yeah, so as you tighten it up,
Mm-hmm.
as you tighten the screw up,
Yep.
it tightens the loop up. You can see the right there when I get to the tight spot.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do is as soon as it gets snug,
Yep.
I go a quarter turn.
There you go.
That's tight.
Okay.
And that one's done.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always tell when you flip the switch up, if it says on, if it's in there upside down, when you turn it down, it'll say no.
Ah, okay.
So you always want to check that before you put it in there. If it says no, then you're not through.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so there's our other power and our other switch.
Okay.
We're going to put those two together. I heard another little thing drop. We're going to pick that up so that scratchy floor.
That's all right, we got it.
Get Miss Daria on us. I'm not trying to get in trouble. I mean, I can go home. You are home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can make a mess and go home. She won't call me back. You make a mess.
I'm in trouble.
You're here, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. That's closed up a little tight. Come on now. See, I was teasing you, and now it's being aggravating to me. I think what happened was that screw was closed off a little bit, and I didn't notice it. There's another thing. See that little tip right there?
Yep.
If you put your wire in there, like I just did, you can use it to close that up.
Yep.
And press against that little tip.
Yep. And I did do that a couple of times with the actual sockets. Yeah.
All right, and then your dimmer, we got the common, which on your dimmer, that has to be the power.
Okay.
And these have actual lugs, so we're not going to twist these. All right, we're just going to strip these out to the strip gauge.
Okay.
There's a strip gauge right there, tells you how long to strip it.
Gotcha.
See where it's showing the end of the insulation and that long? So if you ever wonder, you can actually stick your wire up there and see how the insulation and the length line up.
Yep.
That's how long you want it to be.
Okay.
That's your power. That's going to go on the common side. Or somebody kind of hooted that screw a little bit right there. I'm not going to call that guy's name out.
No, don't call that guy's name. Yep.
So we'll use our flat-bladed standard screwdriver on that one.
Okay.
Tighten that up about the same torque as the others. Now, as you pointed out before, it said to use one and not to use the other.
Yep.
And one had a sticker on it or something, and I don't know which one it is now.
I think it was it was on the bottom.
It was the farthest away.
Yeah, farthest away. Yep.
Yeah, put that in there. And we'll check it, man, and make sure before we leave. And I saw you had a cover plate over there for these too, right?
Yep, I sure do.
It matches all of this.
Yep.
All right. So one of the most aggravating things about decor style switches, why'd that just pop off there?
You know that faceplate there, you can swap those out.
Swap the colors?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so there's a screw.
Okay.
We'll just reuse one of these other ones.
Yeah, we got some.
Oh, there's one right there.
Yep.
So you notice these devices, as you've been putting them in, have got slots in them.
Yep.
So the purpose of that typically is so you can level them up even if the box isn't level. And especially like on your outlets.
Yep.
But also if you'll make the gap the same. So when I put this one in here, it's usually a standard. So I got a little less gap there than there because it wasn't straight.
Yep.
The box wasn't straight.
Okay.
So, and it's usually pretty standard. So whatever gap I put on this one, if I do it on the next two switches, the plate will usually fit first try.
Up. Okay,
Yep.
Gotcha.
So you're not having to do that a whole bunch. All right, Mr. Thomas, you're getting really good at your job. So Monday, I'm gonna need you just to not report the work. Just come on with us.
That's it.
We'll just have you walk around with the camera all day.
Yeah, I'll make sure my phone is dead. How about that? No collar.
It's been fun, man. We've been messing with that YouTube thing all week, man. We've had a really good time with it.
Good.
Been making y'all's was like the first video stuff we was doing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then we've done several since then.
Okay. Done like an encore.
Well, I mean, I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
It kind of worked out that way.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, where did I see that cover plate right there?
Yep. There you go.
Look at there, just like it was meant to be there. The hardest part to me with switches, especially with multi-gang switches, is always getting them pointing out straight and getting the same reveal all the way around.
Yep.
To where it's not sticking out more here or there. And, Now, these are going to have a 2 different length screws too.
Yeah.
For your decoras.
Okay. Oh, the package didn't have the same.
No, it is. See.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
See how they're short ones?
Yeah. Okay.
And when you put these in, you always want to make sure you don't over tighten them and dent that in like oil can it.
Yep.
And get the same reveal all the way around.
Okay.
And I'm super picky, as most electricians are, about putting your screw slot straight up and down. That's how we could always tell when we went back to the job if the painter had pulled the plates off and screwed them up and made them look terrible. And the builder's going, man, these plates look terrible. And I'm like, well, somebody had been messing with them, because when we left them, all the screws were straight up and down. They don't need to be tight. It's just holding the plate on there.
Yep.
But they do need to be straight up and down so that they look good.
Good finish.
And so that that's, flush all the way around or as close to it as, or they're the same. If they both stick out, that's fine. If they're both flush, that's fine. But you just want them to both be the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, finished electrician. There ain't that many of those around.
Gotcha.
But get it finished off right. We might should have tested this before we put the cover on. Now we're going to go in there and turn the breaker on. Something ain't going to work right. I'm going to be like, oh, man, I got to take all that back apart.
That's all right. It's good for video purposes.
Mr. Thomas, I'm just going to tell you, I started doing this in 1987. I don't really need no practice, man. I get enough practice.
I bet.
Oh, come on now. My scratch all broke the tip off the other day, so that's always gonna be one. Come on. If I had my scratch all, I'd just poke it in there and pull it right over, but broke the tip off of that thing.
Okay.
There we go. Maybe I can get that to go. Stop being aggravating. Just get in there. There we go.
Yep.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Thomas.
You're welcome.
Did a great job on that. Yeah. All right, good. So the other day we was over here at Mr. Thomas and Miss Daria Walker's house. It's okay, Mr. Thomas. And we said something about putting these switches in. Now look, Mr. Thomas, you got them switches in.
Those switches
and they look
great.
Good.
Yes.
And
I pat myself on the box. Yes.
That switch looked great.
It did.
It did.
It did.
It's pretty common for homeowners to cross up a common and a traveler.
Yep.
That's a common mistake. We run into it. Let me tell you, it's common for so-called professionals to cross up a common and a traveler. I go into houses that people have lived in.
Yeah.
They bought the house new. They lived there for 10 years.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever touched nothing.
Yeah.
And the three-ways don't work right. Because the guy that said he was an electrician didn't hook it up right. Or didn't test it. Didn't know how to fix it.
I believe it.
So do not beat yourself up. You did a fantastic job. They look great. I've worked with guys that cannot make a switch look that straight. They just cannot do it.
I tried.
And it was our pleasure to come fix it up. And Miss Daria says, you're on my intro, you're the outlaws.
I'm the outlaw. Yes, I am. I'm the outlaw.
Outlaw.
Right.
Outlaw. Yeah, we're going to get back into the in-law here shortly.
There we go.
Well, we sure do appreciate y'all, your lovely home. Thanks for letting us come over here and fix it up. Fix them switches up. Got dimmers in. Now we only got one bulb in here. Miss Daria's changing the color.
I am. Yeah, I didn't like the color, so here we go again.
It's all good. Okay, Wild Wing Cafe, you missed your chance to be our wing sponsor. You had an opportunity. I know we only had like 13 subscribers, but now we got like 33, so joke's on y'all. And, you know, that's just this week. But Cow Pies Pizza on Watson Boulevard, 6001 Watson Boulevard, I don't know, across from Tractor Supply. You guys know where Cow Pies is. Has chicken wings, and they're smoked. They're not even like cooked in poisonous seed oil. But we're still gonna come eat all you can eat wings at Wild Wings on lunch sometimes at the all you can eat wing bar. So, but Cow Pies Pizza, where you can get pizza and wings. Look at that large cheese pizza, extra cheese. Man, that thing looks good, don't it? And then my wife got this cauliflower crust, cowabunga, ham, pineapple, and a banana pepper pizza. And then I'm trying out this signature cheeseburger pizza. I never had it before. It's the only pizza at Cow Pies that I've never had. And I got it on thin crust, which I think people don't usually do. So we'll see how that goes. So if you need some good pizza, go see our chicken wing pizza sponsor at Cow Pies Pizza. Tell John Wright that Ideal Electric sent you. You'll be glad you did. So I hope y'all had a great week. I know we had a great week. I hope y'all were mildly entertained. That was kind of the point.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Getting the hang of the YouTube thing. But I think next week we're gonna probably maybe record all week of stuff we do and edit, and then put a video out at the end of the week or something. Cause I mean, we got stuff to do, man, besides playing around on YouTube all the time. So everybody had a great week, I hope, and a happy new year. Looking forward to seeing you again real soon. Peace out.